Welcome back to the SMT YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to quickly discuss the Q2 earnings in regards to Verizon's cost-cutting measures. One of the statements from leadership was that the severance packages, the voluntary separation packages that they were offering to longtime employees from Verizon, looks like those are going to materially have impacts beginning, I guess, this half of the year. So the Q3, Q4, whatever. It's going to be something that's going to return tangible value to the company. So that's going to reduce operational cost. The folks that were making a lot of money are now off the books, and that's written off and all those kind of things. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because Verizon has been pulling every single lever to try to reduce operational expenses. So they're finding cheaper and more efficient ways to build the network. They're finding cheaper, more effective ways to operate retail. They're finding cheaper, more effective ways to do customer service with AI and systems, the app. They're literally doing everything they can for the business to cost them less. There's nothing wrong with that. That's good business. Shareholders rewarded them. The stock popped on the earnings. And one of the things we need to now monitor is how many more layoffs Verizon could potentially execute. And the reason why I bring this up is because it was mentioned yesterday during the earnings. These companies, and we're going to see what AT&T and T-Mobile do as well, because they've been reducing headcount at their companies as well. And actually, I think both of them more so, right? But for what it's worth, and this is just in regards to Verizon, they're operating in, I would say, kind of like the best consideration of the investor. Because they believe as long as the investor is happy, then everything is taken care of, right? Because, that's who they serve. They're a publicly traded company. And I think about kind of where Verizon has been as a company and how, the stock has been down, and it got pretty far down. I think 33 some dollars, the ticker and its trade. And then now recently, I think it's closer to 43, and, they're looking at probably the next landmark is going to be trying to get back to 50 and then trying to get back to 60. You look at how the company is not growing, but trying to grow revenues and trying to improve margins and those things. Every lever has been pulled to some extent, but it wouldn't be unusual for them to just lay off more people. This can happen. I mean, what is their social responsibility to hiring and employing and all of those things? If the economy continues to shrink in terms of growth rate, if it continues to slow down, well then, it's justified. And inflation has been a problem, over the last couple of years, and there's other things to think about. But man, there's not much left that they can do, right? So when you look at a page like thelayoff.com, like you guys see here on the screen, and you hear the conversations about people and their employments with the companies, I think it's inevitable. I think there's going to be continued layoffs at these companies because they're just going to keep pulling these levers until things improve and get better. Because the investor is saying, we want to see this, we want to see that. Well, how do you do those things? How do you get to those financial goals? You got a tax, the tax reform, I think, gives Verizon $2 billion in free cash flow. It is going directly to corporate action. It's not going back into the network. It's not giving employees bonuses. I mean, it is literally for corporate action. So whether it goes into reducing the debt load, improving the earnings per share, or paying dividends, it has nothing to do with the company directly. It has to do with the investor. Because if the investor capitulates and they start selling Verizon stock, I mean, I don't even know if there's any turning back for Verizon at this point. How badly the stock has been beaten up while the market has run up, they have been flat or down. So it would not surprise me if we saw more layoffs or additional layoffs within this industry. Verizon's just one of the companies that's going to be subjected to the pressure, so it's a realistic thing, and I implore you, make sure you understand where you spend your ducats, because where you spend your money and you're awarding certain companies for behaving and acting a certain way, you got to start thinking about these things. And that's not just directly at Verizon. Where you spend your ducats, where you shop for groceries, where you shop for, products and services. You have to start thinking about that. Because if you want certain companies to change, you put your money where your mouth is. You vote with your wallet. People acting like, oh, what can I do? Oh, yeah, you can control exactly where you put your ducats, right? So just throwing this out there. And unfortunately, the realization is any type of downturn in growth, any type of downturn within the industry, they're going to pull this lever for sure. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know if you know anyone in the past or present that is kind of going through some of these things, because it obviously impacts people. Let me know what you've been hearing and what you've been seeing. The forums over at thelayoff.com have been pretty active lately. Anyways, let me know what you think about all this. Drop me some comments. Like, share, subscribe, check out some more videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.